And here we are.
Yeah.
So,
Jewish people have afros.
It's
Like, that's just the way it is.
Sometimes
I'm
you can,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't think I'm saying anything,
No, I was
crazy here.
you know,
They've got curly hair. It is what it is.
yeah. No, and beautiful locks, usually a good thick set of hair. I'm Polish. I got a good thick set of hair from being a Polak,
There
what I mean?
you go.
Yeah, and a nice
I've
big
definitely
nose
got
I'm
the
proud
biggest-
of.
I've
and,
definitely got the biggest hair out of everyone here.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Your hair is
Obviously.
loud.
I mean, Eddie,
It's
I'm not
awesome.
gonna lie. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but if I grew my hair out, if I let this bitch grow, my hair is wildly thick. I only don't grow it out because I did it a couple times when I was younger, and it just like my hair afros. Like I have straight hair when you look at me, but when I grow it out, it grows out like this. It doesn't grow down. It grows out.
When I grew mine out, it was like a fucking lion's mane.
Yeah, but see, your hair does the same thing mine does, where it's like it'll grow, and then once it gets past like an inch and a half, it'll start to curl.
Yeah.
Mine does the same thing, where it's like
story.
I'll get those Hasidic Jewish curls, where it's like my sideburns will start to grow, and then it'll get down to a certain length, and then it'll start to curl around. You know what I'm talking about? The dudes with the sideburns that curl around.
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
My hair does that. If I grow it out to a certain point, it just looks stupid.
Yeah.
I look like I could never. People always tell
That's
me like,
the thing about short and long hair. It's like there's that in between area which looks terrible, and I managed to brave that in my early 20s, and I just had I just wore a hat every day. I just wore a hat every day.
How long did it take?
A year.
From like being able
looking bad to looking okay.
From being able to style your hair to being able to pull it back to a pony. What was
we're close to a year.
A year of looking ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I just wore a hat. Yeah, exactly. Hat every day. Looked bad.
See, I rock the hat constantly.
Yeah, but I don't know, you want it's difficult wearing a hat every day because you have to go to work and stuff.
Yeah,
I
can't wear a hat
and then
at
you
work,
can't
so.
just have terrible hair. Thankfully, when I was in between my hair stage before I was long haired, I was working in outside in construction and landscape, so I was able to just wear hats at all times. So it was all good. So, and then once I got long hair, I was.
Well, I'm shit. Since I'm able to wear a hat.
Your hair
at
is
work.
beautiful.
And should I grow my hair out?
No. You're a short hair guy. No, you're a short hair guy.
Yeah. See, I think the same thing.
You're a short hair man.
I've had people tell me, they're like, "Oh, you should grow your hair. You should get long." And I'm like, I don't.
No, you're a short hair guy.
I don't think it would look terrible, but like.
No.
I don't know. I feel like this is my haircut.
It's not that it would look bad.
I've gotten to 32, and I'm just like, I feel like this is just my hair.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not that you would look bad, but you're just a short-haired man. That's who you are.
Yeah, I like it.
You look good with a short hair.
I'm not gonna lie. I would not hate not having to get regular haircuts the way I do.
Yeah, but do you know what you would hate? Do you know what you would
off.
hate? Do you know what you would hate? Getting up every day when you have to go to work and doing product in your hair every single day after the
How
shower.
much you put product in your hair?
Myself, yeah.
I thought you just like combed it or like pulled it back.
No, I put anti-curl.
Oh my
in
God,
hair every day.
ladies!
Well, see, but that's the thing. Your hair is way curlier than mine. I don't think I would have to deal with quite as much as you do. You have like extremely kinky hair.
Exactly.
Ladies,
I don't think I'd have to deal with it quite
please,
as much.
Ladies, please. This is this football?
Is this
episode 21? You guys want to get to it, girls?
We're going hard in the hair. Yeah, let's go, guys. Welcome back. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
I'm Dan. I'm joined once again by two of my most lovely friends, Remdog Breachak, Edward Doyle.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us. We've got a whole lot to talk about. Huge show tonight. Massive show. Incredibly important. We started with I don't know if any of you guys are returning listeners, but we got into a little bit of a debate last time. We're talking about what Eddie, what are we calling this?
It's the same.
Best of the Burg. It's the best of the Burg.
The best of the Burg.
I feel like best of the Burg's been done.
Yeah.
I feel like best of the Burg is.
Obviously. That's what we called the episode.
I don't think we can. We take. Did we
I don't
call
give a
it
shit.
best?
I mean, I don't give a shit.
Did you have another name for it? Did you like?
We were gonna call it. Well, St. Pete Shootout, best of the Burg. Whatever
you guys didn't
want.
give me a title last week.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, Remy. We didn't give you.
It's a bracket
title.
situation where we discuss what we consider the best elements of St. Pete.
And I don't think it was St. Pete specifically, which is why I said best of the Bay.
Well, we did Tampa stuff. We had Tampa stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
There.
So like that's why I was wanting to call the episode the previous episode. But go back and listen to the previous episode, episode 20. We have the first part of this bracket. Edward came up with all this shit, and it was a really good first round, and we're looking to continue that tonight.
And we're about to be done with the first round of it. We'll go into the second round. We'll see where we're at. We had some parts of the discussion which was surprising. I mean, I was thinking that one of you.
Well, you never know, and that's the best part about you writing it. You know.
So it was randomized. We'll see where we're at, but we should probably get on with it.
Can we get some highlights from last week?
You have the full brackets from what we did last week. And
okay. Wait, are we going through them? Or?
Well, do you want to do a quick revision of what we did?
Yeah,
last week?
I'd like to hear what won out.
Just to kind of touch on the points. I know he's got all his notes here over here. All right, pen and paper.
Really quick.
He's got it on a chisel.
Old school.
A good gambler always has his notes.
Old school, son. Old school.
He's got it on a pick and chisel.
Steve's beat Fort DeSoto, which is
nice.
Unfortunate for many people in St. Pete. I like
people don't love Steve's the way we do,
and that's what I'm saying.
I feel like Remy had a lot. Remy is 1/3 of this choice.
Yeah, he's 33%.
You know that he's not going to go Fort DeSoto over Steve.
But what I will say is, like we did mention after each concluding matchup that the feeling thermometer of what the general public of St. Pete would think, maybe, in addition to what we thought.
Well, I feel like it's a little bit biased on our side because, especially for that one specifically, I feel like all three of us went more on regularity. As opposed, because I love Fort DeSoto, but I go to Fort DeSoto twice a year,
and great memories there.
And just to say,
maybe, and it's wonderful. I love it.
It's the impact of each location on your current.
That's the example.
Of your current lifestyle.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
That's the example.
Eddie, when was the last time you were at Fort DeSoto?
Exactly.
It was last year.
It was kind of tough.
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, Fort DeSoto is amazing. Every time I go, I love it. It's a great time.
Steve's definitely beat Fort DeSoto.
Yeah, we're at Steve's once. Maybe not once a week, once every twice a month, three times a month.
Let's rattle through some of these. Keep
going. What was the next one?
Or in the end of the first round. So we had Steve's beating Fort DeSoto. We had Angelo's beating Engine Number 9. We had.
I feel like that's a layup right there. Come on.
We had natural spaces that includes parks and natural areas.
Outdoors.
That took out local markets, and we had Noble Cross beating Tubular Tokes. We have Mazzaro's beating First Friday. That should have been fairly straightforward for the three of us.
Nobody likes First Friday.
We had Publix beating the Tampa Bay Bucks with Tom Brady, which I was very surprised with. I was always.
That's another thing. Listeners,
that was the biggest shock.
Some of these matchups are random and they don't even make sense.
They're randomized.
Like Publix
They're randomized. They're completely randomized at the start of the bracket.
So that's the fun part.
And I was going to say I was surprised because I figured both of you would go with it. I knew what Dan would go with. I was happy to see Publix go through, just because I don't know. It's more
shopping is a pleasure.
Love the Bucks. Love Tom Brady. I'll never turn my back on Publix.
Publix is always going to be there. Publix always going to be there.
I will. Nothing quite hits like a Publix sub on a day that you've been out. You've been out at the beach. You've been drinking. You're dehydrated. You had a long day. Yeah. You want to just go home and just chill. A nice pub sub.
Maybe some of their raspberry iced tea.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, though. You know, Tom Brady only wins.
Also, just to mention,
he wins only in a certain portion of the year.
Publix have a new sub, which I discovered the other day. I haven't tried it yet. Megan tried it. It's a shrimp po' boy with a cured Cajun turkey underlayer.
No way.
Wait, it's turkey?
It's turkey. It's a shrimp po' boy
with shrimp,
and the base of the sandwich is a cured Cajun turkey.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sounds incredible.
And they put like a Ronald
I think
on
that
it.
just
Yes,
probably
sir.
reinforces
All right, so we
our
won't worry
previous
about that for
decision.
the moment.
Can I get the garlic pickles?
Right,
I need
next
the
one.
garlic pickles.
I
Can I
know.
get the garlic pickles?
The next
Chipotle
shoot, the
gourmets.
next shootout will be the public sub
Oh my
shootout.
God, I'm
Yeah,
going
anyway.
tomorrow.
God.
Thank you, Edward. Thank you for that update.
All right, so and then you've got Blue Goose beating the Pier. You've got Warm Winters beating Carwell Coffee. You've got Cuban Sandwiches beating Popo's. You have the Dog Bar beating Busch Gardens. You have Burg Bar and Grill beating The Beach, which was for for us, yes, of course. But for regular people in St. Pete, I'm sure that might be a landslide.
Well, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about. Like, I feel like the beach is one of those things that, like, we live here and we're always here. We have such incredible access to the beach at all times that it's not quite as, like, people that come here from other places
give a
oh my
shit.
God, like people that come here from Alabama or North Carolina or Missouri or fucking Idaho, it's like they're like, oh my God, the beach, you gotta go to the beach. It's like, bitch, I live here.
Yep.
It's like this is where I'm from. The beach has been 10 minutes away from me at all times. Like it
smells like fish everywhere.
It's great. It's lovely.
No, the beach is nice.
Like just sand in my clothes.
But I will say the beach is good for an hour and then I'm good.
Yep, we're good.
Might go to a couple.
But
of
anyway,
beach
we got
come
into
back.
all this last week.
We got Wiki
episode
Watchy
20,
beating the Benz. We have Janice beating Snowbirds going home, and now we're up to the up-to-date.
Wait, Janice beat Snowbirds going home.
Janice beat Snowbirds going home.
I don't remember that.
I
remember. I don't remember if I would agree
Remy
with
voted
that.
for Janice, and I think you did too.
I must have been the dissenting voice in that one.
Probably, but
either way,
I
remember
that one.
Going home.
I know, but Janice beat that. So.
Boys,
Don't
we
get
have
me talking about the
boys. We have 3 more matchups in the first round. Then we go.
Let's go. All right, we gotta get this.
I'm gonna hand it over to Remy to start this one.
Okay. Thank you.
We're gonna go left of the dealer.
All right.
The way that cards should be played. So in the final 3 matchups, the first one is going to be local breweries. So you're talking Green Bench, you got St. Pete's Brewing Company, you got Cycle, you got St. Pete Ale Works, Three Daughters, the worst brewery in town. You got multiple breweries, and they're going up against the fact that you have low taxes living in Florida. Low taxes living in Florida.
Which is my favorite of the two.
So, Remy, go on. Take it away, buddy.
I've got a very unique take on this card, Remy.
Triple B's. My last name is Breechek. I'm Remy B. Triple B's. You got your Budweisers, you got your Bushes, and you got your Blue Ribbons, buddy. And I could give a fuck about your craft beers. I'll drink them. But, my band used to play, a couple of these breweries every once in a while, and they're like, oh, cool, we're going to pay your band this, and then you guys get like a free bar tab. And I'm like, I'm bringing my own cooler of fucking PBR already. I don't need your fucking...
I'm not interested in your goat cheese
and
milk
a free
stout.
bar tab at one of those places is probably like $80-$100. So can I just get that in cash, please?
Yeah. I'm not interested in your goat cheese.
So there's
milk
your answer
stout.
for me.
Remy will take low
taxes.
taxes.
We're taking low taxes. I love living here for that reason, and that's why the hockey. That's why sometimes Tampa Bay Lightning gets a little break on their salary cap because there's no way.
Well, there's a little chip in addition to his vote for low taxes. Dan, you want to either end this discussion or send it over to me?
So wait, it's low taxes and what?
And local breweries. What's more important to you? The fact that there's low taxes or there's local breweries?
Local breweries based only on the fact that I haven't paid taxes in a little while. I'm not going to lie.
That's not true. That's not true.
I hope the IRS,
No,
the IRS is not listening right now. Because I'm a little bit backed up on those.
You're paying taxes.
It's what, June 27th?
No. You're paying taxes because you're getting more in your
paycheck.
Pardon me. You're getting more in your paycheck.
Oh, because of the low income
because my
tax.
paycheck is such a large portion of my income.
Either way, it helps out with your taxes that you don't pay. It helps out. It's a lesser amount because of that.
Yeah,
Dan,
the smaller amount on my $200 every 2 week paycheck.
Your debt would be higher. If
just to be clear, once again, I hope nobody from the IRS is listening. My paycheck is probably 4% of my monthly income, like my on the books.
You mean 30% of your monthly income, sir? Let's.
You're
cover yourself,
You're
buddy.
you're totally right.
Cover yourself, buddy.
My on the books
50%
income
of your
is
monthly income,
is
sir.
30% of that. Yeah,
bro, just fucking help us out here for a little bit.
I make all cash. It's all
right. So what do you got picked down there?
Breweries.
breweries.
He's taking breweries.
Craft breweries.
Honestly, I wanted this to not come down to me making the call. I'm going low taxes, and it's more by default, just because similarly, like echoing Remy, I just don't really give a fuck about the local breweries. I don't mean to be rude. Like, I don't really want to go somewhere. I don't really want to go somewhere and be charged $8 to drink a fucking massive mouthful of fucking herbs. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god!
I'd rather not.
True. Yeah, you're right.
Let's just give me a fucking light beer, man. I've worked all day. Hey, you've had your chance.
You're both uncultured swine.
You've had your chance. I've worked all day. I've worked for 10 hours. Do you know what I really want? Goat cheese porter with some horsehide backing it up. No, I want something light.
Yeah.
Just give me a light beer, Miller, it's fine. And I want something give me some for $2 or $3, man. Give me 10 of them for $2 or $3 a piece.
I'll give you
$20 on top of it. Let's put low taxes into the next round, just for the fact.
You guys are both lucky you have no taste in beer.
Just for the fact that breweries are not really my thing. Right, so we've got breweries going through.
Some of us Dan, just don't pay taxes.
Dan, you'll be starting this round. And I thought, I just want to say that no, that was the next one. Don't worry about. Oh,
go ahead.
Wait.
What?
Oh no, it is.
Continue
and I'm
sentence.
upset. No. I'm upset a little bit about the next matchup because it was randomized, and I would have put these in different brackets on a personal level.
You can't choose that now.
I know you can't. It's too late.
God,
listen,
bud.
it's too late.
It's between you and the Lord.
Listen, we all know who's winning this matchup. And I'm sorry for the losing side, but your matchup is going to be the Emerald. It would have
happened at some point.
Yeah.
Your matchup will be the Emerald, and the opposition of the Emerald will be the murals of downtown St. Petersburg.
That's not even a fucking question.
Batali Bros are very fucking talented, and the murals.
Who's going first here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go
right
ahead.
Know your place, son. Know your place, son. You're third. You won't even be voting in this, son. It'll be over by the time.
I'm sorry. I forgot you passed the dealer chip.
I forgot you passed
the dealer chip.
The button sits on you. The button sits on you, which means he's acting first. He's acting first.
This goes back to what we were talking about before, which is why, as much as I love this whole comparison competition thing, it really all goes back to the places that we go most often. If you took all of the murals in St. Pete, every single one on every single building, all of them, and you erased all of them, and you just literally blacked out every single one of them, and I woke up tomorrow, I walked outside of my apartment, and I couldn't see any more of those murals. Yeah. If I woke up tomorrow and Emerald wasn't there. If I woke up tomorrow and Emerald wasn't there, I might kill myself.
Yeah, it'd be a cold day in hell.
It would be. I mean, I don't know why you were like, oh, this is a really tough.
Because the murals
they're beautiful.
The murals
they're beautiful.
Fantastic.
They're beautiful, lovely, wonderful, incredibly artistic. I love it. Great pieces. They give the city culture and vibrance and all that stuff. All that other dumb bullshit. I love it. But if I woke up tomorrow and the murals were gone, I wouldn't shed a tear. The day Emerald closes,
yeah, it'd be a cold day in hell.
Cold day.
I'm taking a day off of work.
Cold.
A couple days off of work.
Well, where are you gonna go? And where are you gonna go?
I might
Sit
move.
In the parking lot,
stay
just
home.
Fucking get arrested every day.
I might just move.
Yeah. That'd be enough.
I'd leave the city. If
honestly,
Emerald closes,
this should be.
Is that even close for you?
It's not close, no. That's the thing. But I wanted murals to have a decent little run.
What he meant was,
I wanted
murals.
It doesn't matter what you want.
He meant.
I wanted murals to have a decent little run.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that murals was pitted against the
I thought
Emerald.
murals could have gone deep. I thought murals could have gotten to the last day or last four. But and I understand. Listen, I'm mirroring many things that Dan says. The Emerald is a huge part of my life. It's my after work drink every single day.
Yeah, dude, you go there fucking 5 nights a week. What are you talking like?
You can call it.
You
7.
don't go to the murals to drink when you get off work.
You're dead right. Listen, you're dead right. I love the Emerald. It's everything. It's the working man's club. It's the working man's club of St. Petersburg. And it's something that's very important to us. And we like you said, if it closed down, it would be an absolute tragedy to all of us here. It would be a tragedy to the community.
There'd be riots.
Well, they wouldn't care.
The laziest drunken riots
you've ever. If the Emerald closed, there would literally. I think there would be riots in St. Pete. I think it would be more. More of a riot than.
But I hand it over to Remy. Before I hand it over to Remy for surmising the situation. Obviously, I'm voting for the Emerald. I love it. I just want to say that Emerald. I just want to give a shout out to the murals. They're fucking
like I said, Vitalik Brothers.
As if the murals were like a person. Like we're gonna shout out the murals.
But they're beautiful. They make the town what it is.
That's exactly what I said. I love it. They're wonderful. They're awesome. But you can always make new murals. If they covered up all the murals, they can make new murals. Like there's murals is art. There's endless art. There's people ready to paint on the sides of walls of buildings till the fucking
and they likely will
till the second coming. Right, like that'll just always happen. There will never be another Emerald.
Listen,
ever.
I'm back in the Emerald. I've got way too many memories. I've got way too many future, experiences there. I love the place. It's everything to me. I'm going to hand it over to Remy just to surmise. I'm sure he's in the same boat.
Quick one. Because
I'll take the Emerald.
We're very close. We only have time. We only have time for one more after this, so I'm just going to make my answer.
Go.
Obviously, Emerald. Yes. Love Emerald. Used to play in my band there. Played there thousands of times. Love that. Love the Emerald. And they are the only bar that I can buy Bush Tall Boys or Bush Drafts. So fuck off. And
Oh yeah, and for $2, by the way, I get fucking 6 of them a night, and it's $12. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, and I should know this. Like, do they not have Natty Light on draft?
Nope.
Not on draft. It's Bush Heavy.
They have Bush Heavy on draft and in Tall Boys.
But that's what I was thinking. But
and they got Rolling Rocks.
That alone. When was the last time you were in a bar that had Bush Heavy on draft?
1989.
Anywhere. When was the last? Remy, you know I love Bush. You know I love Bush. Heavy Bush Light. I'm about the Bush. I was raised with Bush.
What is the current year? When you step inside the Emerald, what is the current year
of those barrels?
1967.
Feeling thermometer at the Emerald.
1967.
I'd say we're in 91. We've progressed all the way to 1991 in the Emerald.
Yeah, there's some machines and stuff in there.
But that's my point. It's like it's not.
What I will say is I ordered a Bush Heavy there last night, and the barrel kicked, and I looked at them, and they were like, and these are experienced bartenders, good people, and they looked at each other like, what do we do here? We don't know. This has been tapped since the 70s. Do you know what I mean?
Same cake.
We're talking about changing a relic of time. Do you know what I mean? We might need to call in a historian to be.
We haven't changed.
I don't think. I'm not sure a bartender can. I'm not sure a bartender. We need to call in a historian for the legality of it.
Yeah, legality, like sanction wise.
There's got to be some legislation protecting this relic of time.
And they're gonna rope it off, and like they have to have the.
And I saw them taking out in a Hertz. I saw them taking out. I saw them. There was a Hertz out back.
No,
I stepped out the back.
I saw it too, Edward. They had it on a stretcher with the. They had it on a stretcher with a blanket over it.
And there was just loads of people doing drugs.
They had the chalk around it.
There was loads of people doing drugs around the Hertz, just waving it away. Throwing empty bags into the Hertz.
Hoofing it into their...
Listen, we've got one more.
We got
boys, we've one more matchup before we go to break. You said we got
time for one more?
All right, let's do it.
One more matchup before break.
We don't really. That was a great way to end.
I think it's going to be an easy one for you boys. It's going to be the Dali Museum, and it's matched up against the Lightning being incredibly prevalent in sports currency. So you're talking... At the time I wrote this, they were going to be doing the 3-timer. They've done the 2-timer, close to the 3-timer.
We'll get into that for a minute later.
It's going to be me first. I do love the Dali Museum. I know which way this is going either way. It doesn't matter which way I vote. So I'll go with the Lightning with you guys. I don't care as much about the hockey side of the town, but what I do love is when the Lightning are prevalent in the community, which they have been for going on 5 years now.
10 years.
I've been here for 5 of them.
They've been stout for 8 to 10 years.
Let's just say
we've been in the playoffs for like 7 of the last 9 years.
It creates a buzz around the town. It creates a buzz around the town.
It's a nice feeling.
Friends of mine who even friends who like I don't hang out with you guys, who we have a great time watching the Lightning and whatnot.
Talking about
it's a big thing. Like the Lightning, I think the Lightning are more have a bigger impact on the town than the Bucks do. I would say that. And I'll go with the Lightning. I'll hand it over to you, Remy. I know
might
your
as well.
already.
Get out of there before Dan starts.
I know your impact already.
No, absolutely 100%. I mean, and this is where I'll say my minute in this show.
Please.
Flowers for my boys. You guys did amazing, dudes. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know we didn't
boys
win 3
meaning
cups.
Lightning.
I know we didn't win 3 cups, but we fucking got there, and we turned a 3-1 deficit into fucking Game 6, and I'm so proud of you guys, and my flowers go out to you guys, and core group coming back next year. Let's take another run at it. I'll be there watching every single day.
Yeah.
I'll be there watching.
The tears are flowing.
I'll be there watching every single day. I'm so proud of what you guys did out there, and thank you for a hell of a fucking hockey season. I appreciate it once again.
So
there's my answer.
There's
my answer.
I do have to say that I know if you've been listening to this podcast at all, you've known that I've been rather pessimistic this year, which coming out of the late stages of the season, it was looking a little shaky. I wasn't sure how
You're not wrong.
It was kind of up and down. Solid first 3 quarters of the season, kind of faltered a little bit. Beginning of the playoffs, we looked good. We looked all right. We looked not so great. It was kind of up and down. Maple Leafs, Panthers. It was the Panthers was the second one, right?
Panthers president.
Maple
and
Leafs,
we swept.
Panthers swept the Panthers. And then the Rangers, which realistically, I'm just so happy we beat the fucking Rangers. Like, I don't even Stanley Cup aside.
They beat us twice, and we were so nervous.
Stanley
and then we
Cup
just
aside.
Swept them
Yeah,
from
well,
there. They won 2, and then we won 4 out.
Well, no, were they not up 3-1?
No, it was 2-0, and then we just won 4
that's what it was.
Dude.
It was 2-0, and then we just kicked their
basically
asses.
swept them from there.
Just us beating the Rangers the way we did. That's enough for me. I just fucking hate New York and Boston. Just please. But once again, to go back to the same point that I had made before with a lot of these other comparisons that we've made, Eddie, in the last 2 years, how many times have you been to the Dolly Museum?
Just so you remember that I was actually voting for the Lightning.
That's not what I asked you at all.
How many times have you been in the last 2 years? I've been once in the last 2 years.
Remy, you've been zero times.
Oh.
I've been once, but I can't remember if it was like a year and a half, 2.5 years ago. It was right on there. So once again,
but you saw me vote accordingly. You saw me vote accordingly.
I wasn't.
I'm not even a Lightning fan, and I voted accordingly.
I wasn't like competing with you on. I'm just saying it's like. The same thing with the murals.
Well, these are random matchups.
It's lovely when you see it. Like, you go to the...
If the murals were matched up against the Lightning, I'd take the murals, honestly. If the murals were...
Stop talking. This is my
Doesn't
time.
matter.
I've got the talk. I've got the talking stick. I'm going to keep talking.
Time segment.
The Dolly Museum is lovely. It's a great time. Beautiful art. Timeless art. Surrealism, all that. It's great. You go there, you see the art. It's wonderful. But to a person like me... The Lightning's success over the last, like I said, it's been acute over the last 3 to 5 years, but let's be serious. Since 2012,
even when they had Ben Bishop,
that's what I'm saying. Even when we had Ben Bishop, that was like 2009, 2010.
I mean, we had Stamkos.
Stamkos got drafted 10 years ago for the
14.
We haven't been lights out, but for the last 10 years. The Lightning have been one of top 5 to 10 teams in the NHL. In the NHL.
Yeah. True.
Every single year. We lost to the Blackhawks. We lost, I can't even remember all the teams that we've lost to late in the playoffs. But the Lightning have been incredible and gone deep in the playoffs for the last 10 years. That is infinitely more important to me than the Dolly Museum. Like, if the Dolly Museum picked up and moved to fucking Chicago, am I going to lose any sleep over that? Probably not. I
figured that would be the sentiment for the two of you, and I voted alongside, and I do think that that's important because
don't let us.
No, I voted first. I voted first. I already voted first.
I know, but I'm just saying, don't let you keep making it like our decision is swaying the way you're feeling.
It didn't sway my decision. I was very on the fence. It doesn't really matter to me as much.
Well, you were on the fence for Lightning or Dolly.
There's things in this bracket that mean less to me than others. That's one of the things that mean less to me.
You just said
I don't love hockey like that. If the Sabres were in the Stanley Cup final, it would matter massively to me. The Sabres are garbage. I'm a Buffalo.
How many art museums are in Buffalo?
Albright Knox is one of the most famous art museums.
How many times have you been there in the last 5 years?
In the last 5 years, none. How many times have been there? More than Dolly. You know, that's it's part of where my father is from, where we've gone as a family. You know, but this isn't a Buffalo. This isn't a Buffalo shootout. This is St. Pete shootout, right?
So was that the end of first round?
Yeah.
That was the last question of the first round?
That was the last matchup
of
the first round. And I can promise you, coming back after the break, there is an incredibly inflammatory shootout in the second round.
All right.
Okay. Which we're going to find. I think I know how it's going to go, but it's going to be close.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see. Guys, we're taking a little break. Thank you for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the illustrious second round of this St. Pete battle of the greatest things about St. Petersburg. We're here for you. We're ready to break this all down. We're ready to let you guys know what's what. Don't go anywhere.
I'm hoping the next question isn't, Remy, who do you pick? I'm about to try to beat the shit out of Dave.
Remy, you're first. Remy, you're first.
We're going to fight on camera.
Remy,
no, we're taking a break. Remy's got to smoke a cigarette.
Take a break.
Guys,
quick fight.
We'll be back, guys.
Remy and Daniel,
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back. Christ.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Thank you for staying with us. If you were joining us before, we had a lovely little segment comparing different things in St. Pete. We're calling it the
we're not really sure. I mean,
best of the Burg.
On episode, it's best of the Burg.
I feel like it's too derivative though. Best of the Burg.
If you guys want,
we should have
figured this out. We're into the second round.
We should have put more thought.
Boys,
I'm immediately regretting this.
I can go back and change the episode title, and no one will ever know.
From now on, it's called Best of the Burg. All right.
That's what it's titled in the past episode.
Do we want to talk about my coffee incident?
I do want to talk about the coffee incident.
Go on the coffee. Go on the coffee thing.
We're going into it. I ordered a large double red eye, which Dan is calling a black eye.
That's what it's called.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know that.
They love to compete.
I didn't know the eloquencies of American coffee culture.
St. Petersburg.
But what I ordered was a hot black coffee with 2 shots of espresso, something to get you ready. Do you know what I mean? For work.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they gave me a cold brew with 3 shots of espresso, which they were like, we put an extra shot in by accident. And I was like, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? I've experienced in this sort of field with, basically being incredibly stimulated.
Diarrhea.
No, you were
not
cracked.
Really I have experienced in the diarrhea field, but
that's what it sounds like to me.
No, more on the stimulated side of it. I was like, don't worry about me. I've got plenty of experience in the stimulation field. Anyway, I come back to the house. I have myself and Megan's coffee, and I come back and I've got about 15 minutes before I have to start getting towards my daily routine for work. So I'm like, right, I should probably start drinking this coffee. I start drinking it. It's going down really well because it's cold and it's fucking acidic. It's nice. It's what you want in a coffee, man. And I'm like, and halfway through, I'm like, oh, this feels good. I'm getting the energy. Do you know what I mean? I'll be able to work my job really well.
No.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'll have the rest of it. So I have the rest of it. Hand Megan her coffee, and I'm just vibrating at this point. I'm
like a hummingbird.
I've had the full coffee, and it's just we're in awful situation. I remember texting Dan.
Are you sweating? Are your palms sweating a little bit?
Of course, that was the minor. I mean, every pore in my body was releasing as much possible sweat as humanly possible. And I was texting Dan I've just had a cold brew from Carwell with 3 shots of espresso, and it's one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced. I was almost having an out of body experience from this coffee.
It's like ecstasy. It's just like
I was just sitting there. Megan got out of the shower. And came out like, are you going to get ready for work? Because we traveled together to work. She was like, are you going to get ready for work? And I was just sitting there holding my thighs like, I'll be going there. I'm trying to go there shortly. I'm just trying to text
I'm
Dan.
lucky if I could get in the shower right
I can't even move. I was texting Dan. My hands were rattling. I was like, can you text Dan? Say it? Yeah.
So for all you cokehead...
But basically, if anyone wants a stimulated
for all you cokehead and meth head basers out there, if you can't get a hold of your dude... Just make sure you run
a cold brew from Carwell with a triple shot on top of it will fuck you up.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. I really enjoyed it, but it was a white knuckle ride as well.
No, I'm sure.
On that note, should we go back to more white knuckle rides of St. Pete?
Had we mentioned Kawa? Did Kawa lose out?
Kawa lost in the first round to Natural Spaces. If Kawa was represented by their cold brew triple shot on top, it would probably go to the finals.
I'm just when it comes
if you
to
want to
that,
see God,
I'm an equal opportunity caffeine enthusiast. So once again, like if Kawa was gone tomorrow, there's another coffee shop about 30 feet away.
I like my Wawa coffee.
In St. Petersburg, there's a coffee shop every 10 feet.
It's true.
Yeah. So like I can get my caffeine fix wherever.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Kawa's got lovely coffee, but it's not worth it that much.
We have now entered the second
round. Remi's going to be leading us off in the second round in a controversial matchup.
I'm excited.
I'm so
excited. You think every matchup is controversial?
It is.
Okay, well, the representatives
every single one is like, this is a controversial one. It's the Dolly versus the Lightning.
Just ignore him. Just ignore him.
Dolly Museum versus the Lightning Hockey. It's a controversial one.
It's only a bully if he's stronger than you. That's the problem.
Which will always be the case.
I tell you, we won't be fighting. We'll report back from the fight after.
They love each other more than they fight. I promise you.
I love this man, but
listener Lane, I promise you, they love each other way more than they fight. This is all for you guys.
Let's go
to the next round, to the second round, and we're starting with Remy, and it is a controversial one, regardless of what our Daniel says. It's going to be Steve's matching off against Angelo's. Remy, take it away.
I know where I'm going, and Remy, don't let me down here.
Hey, there'll be none of that.
That's all I'm saying.
No.
I'm just gonna go cerebral right off the cuff. Just what I'm thinking.
Yeah. What does your brain say? Say
immediately going off. Hospitality discount on drinks. Bartenders that I have their phone numbers in my phone that really care about me. That literally let me stay there after hours when it was pouring down raining and offered me a ride home because I live 2 blocks away.
I don't know where this is going.
And then I mean, let's be real. Sometimes I forget groceries and I forget dinner and I'm just like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Oh well, I can go have
Remy.
I can go have
Remy.
And the last thing I'll say is when you walk in, it's like that brown carpet turns into a red carpet when we walk in.
That brown carpet that used to be white.
There's always a show.
Now, not a lot of people can do this.
It's fucking true, man.
When you walk in, and there is no better feeling when you
You're
walk
a prince.
in.
You're a
when
prince.
you walk in, and there are 7-8 people in line trying to order food, and then Jess just goes.
Yeah,
and opens a PBR and holds it over the counter for you.
Yeah.
And you're just, and then she goes, hey, you want to go out back by the van and smoke a cigarette? And you're just like, you're family, dude. We're fucking family.
And just to add on to that, it doesn't have to be Jess. It could be Scarlett.
Or
it could be James.
Even James,
Or it
James,
could be. I don't think she works there anymore, but Michelle was there for a long time.
And I will also say,
that's the Holy Trinity of the moment.
I will also say, TVs galore and sound during an important game. The only problem is you can't smoke in there.
Cheap, decent food.
The only
as well.
difference is you can't smoke in there while you watch the game.
You know you're gonna see a fight though.
And then
you're gonna see somebody's gonna fight somebody.
I love the fact that that's one of your.
That's one of the main things for me. I'm usually in the fight.
I think this is like a group discussion on basically what we're all picking right now.
I mean, it's gonna be hard.
No. Let him.
No opposition.
Let him.
I'm using my pick to say that this is an open forum and we're all three picking the same thing so that we can move to the next
Just
thing.
Say it.
We're all picking Angelo's.
Yeah.
Any addition to his?
For a moment there when he started to lead off with the I go there. Well, I know my order.
Angelo's originally.
He thought there was a big butt coming. You thought there was a big butt coming.
I thought there was a butt coming. I thought he was because I know.
I thought he was originally going to go Steve's, and then I.
For me, I know you guys all, and I don't mean this isn't me trying to one up anybody. I don't think Angelo's means to anybody what it means to me.
That's true. And Steve doesn't mean what it means to you guys what it means to me.
You're very right. I don't smoke cigarettes. I only smoke
Steve's is my favorite bar. in downtown
the
St.
electric.
Pete. That is my favorite
You mean
bar.
the electric music? You smoke the electric music.
But exactly, the Electric Light Orchestra. But Angelo's, it's just one of those. And this kind of goes back to more that this competition is more about our personal proclivities as far as the downtown St. Pete area. And like I said, I'm gonna break it down to the exact same way I broke all the other ones down to. If Steve's wasn't there tomorrow, I'd be heartbroken. But I'd be distraught. If tomorrow I woke up and they said, hey, we're closing our doors, no more, Steve's is done, I'd be in shambles.
Yeah, same.
But if Angelo's closed,
oh, you're talking.
If I woke up tomorrow and they told me Angelo's wasn't going to be there anymore, I wasn't going to be able to go there for food, drinks, Jess James, Scarlett, all my peeps, all my homies, and I wasn't able to go there and see a full-out brawl 4 to 5 days a week
that Dan tried to get into, so I had to hold his arm.
I love the fact that's one of Dan's
bitch. I have held your arm.
One of Dan's primary motives is the fact that you can have a barroom brawl every day of the week.
I've literally caught chairs being thrown across the restaurant.
I'm the one in the middle of it,
and I've seen chairs being thrown across the bar that I have to catch so it doesn't kill someone else. It's a good time.
No, when
it's just an entertaining.
Well, when shit goes down, Scarlett.
I'm somehow always there.
They run around. They're like, "Where's Dan?
They're like, where is he? Where is he? Is he here?"
Our security.
They'll call him from the house. They'll be like, "Where is he? Get him over here quick!"
Do you remember that one time though? It wasn't that long ago where it was like the black and the white dude got into it.
By the way, in case you didn't know this out there, Dan is our fighter of the group.
Yeah.
In case
he loves to scrap.
Here and there. But there was the girl, little girl was playing pool, and the black dude started playing with her. And then the girl's boyfriend's friend got into the dude's face, big ass black dude, and they got into it, and they clearly the white dude was out of his mind getting into it with this guy.
Out of his league.
Black dude was like, I'm gonna beat your ass. White dude was like, oh yeah, I'll beat your ass too. I was like, bro, please stop. And then he kept getting into it. The black dude just punches the fucking shit out of this guy, just whams him. And I stepped in. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hey, calm down, bro. Let's stop this. Come on, get out of here. And I managed to get the black dude off of him a little bit, separate him. He was like, blah, blah, blah. And the white dude, to my insane surprise, I think he got, I know for a fact he got at least 2 or 3 of his teeth knocked out that night between the beginning and the end of the situation.
I was there that night.
He got a couple teeth knocked out. He gets punched in the face. I managed to separate that. I'm like, all right, let's chill. Come on. I kind of calmed the one dude down, and the white dude just kept talking shit.
Yep.
He just kept.
He was defeated, so
with
he had
3 less teeth. With 3 less teeth.
And the black dude was just, oh no, fuck that! Hit the guy again, and I'm like, bro, all right, please stop. And the white dude just kept going. I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna let him beat your ass.
So Eddie, what do you think?
I don't even want to break this up anymore.
There's not an awful lot I can add to this.
Angelo's.
Exactly.
Of course, I'm picking Angelo's. I love Angelo's. It's a little bit of a home away from home.
Yeah.
If you need a base to not even to find your friends, just to be amongst friends, people who love you, good homely food, cheap drinks. It's a brilliant place.
20-second side note before we move on. When I first moved downtown, my mom helped me with my last load of whatever. She's like, "Let me come see your apartment. I'll help you with unload the truck for the last time." And I go, "Okay." But I'm going to Angelo's right after. And that was the first thing I did. Once I locked that key up and all my stuff was in my place downtown, me and Mom walked to Angelo's.
There you go.
The block
home away from home. Home away from home.
And we sat down. I had a shot and a beer, and then we each had a slice of pizza.
Home away from home.
And it was just nice.
And I'm there probably twice a week. Dan, you're probably there twice a week.
We went there
at least.
We literally went there. We went there last week after the show.
And it's not always about going there together. We just go there separately. I'll go there, hang out by myself. Remy, you go there by yourself. Dan, you go there by yourself. Yeah.
Sometimes I walk in and see
him.
All the time, but that's my point. It's
home away from home.
Infinitely more important to me than a lot of other. I would like to see Angelo's against
Angelo's
some of the other
Angelo's
more
is
difficult
moving
decisions.
forward.
Angelo's moving forward.
Angelo's moving forward. What do we got next? What's next on the docket?
On the docket, we have natural spaces. That's going to be your parks, open spaces, not the beach. per se, but places like
gotta leave the beach house.
The east side of St. Petersburg Natural Spaces, Boyd Hill, Lassing Park, North Shore.
Would you put the
Demon's Landing?
Would you
Demon's
put
Landing.
The Pinellas Trail into that?
Yeah, of course. Anything that doesn't include the actual beach, that's going to be matching up against Noble Crust Restaurant, North 4th.
I know
Dan, you're taking it down.
Open spaces, baby.
All right.
Open spaces. Since I've stopped working at Noble Crust, I've been there, I want to say once, but maybe twice. I feel like, Noble Crust is good. Food's solid. I like it. Just the one thing with me and Noble Crust, like when I worked there, it was lovely, but I'm not a massive brunch person. Just me personally. Food's good. It's good going there every once in a while, but same thing, like I said, if I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't go there ever again,
you'd be more happy to have the parks and the spaces.
Wouldn't lose a day of sleep. But if I had to give up the parks, open spaces, stuff like that, I'd be in trouble. But for me, that's an easy open space.
I'm in a compound now. I think that's the same thing. Megan and I take the dog to the park as much as we can.
Exactly.
Maybe daily, if not definitely every couple of days we go over to Lassing. We love the open spaces. It's good to get out and refresh the mind. Whereas obviously, and like I will say, like I'll say something for Noble Crust, like I met some of the greatest people I know there working there. I love it. I love the food. I love the restaurant. I love the people. But if it was between the two of them, which I had to pick, I'm definitely taking open spaces.
Yeah, but like to go to that point, it's similar to me. It's more nostalgia for Noble Crust.
Yes,
when it comes
definitely.
to that, it's like, yes, I met you there. I met Remy there. I have a lot of with some of my best friends in the world. I met.
Right. But what do you need right now? What do you need right now?
From here going forward, if I never went to Noble Crust again.
See, if we were both employed there still, we might have a different, but
maybe
even not, because
I'm just saying, it's like, for me, it's a lovely spot, great food. I have nothing bad to say about it. But for me, if I could never go there again starting tomorrow, I wouldn't be
too worried. Exactly.
Losing open spaces,
it's a bigger
parks,
thing. Much bigger deal.
Natural
beauty,
natural attractions, Boyd Hill Nature Park, that type of stuff.
It's bigger,
Pinellas Trail, those types of things. Those mean a lot more to me going forward in my life. Being able to go and do those types of things. Like, I feel like Noble Crust, as much as the dinner is good, like Noble Crust is a brunch place. I feel like they're known more for their brunch than they are for anything else.
Well,
like,
I'd argue that their dinner menu is significantly better.
I'd argue that I feel the same way. I feel the same way, but I guarantee you, if you ask...
People don't know that.
If you ask 100 random people, 60 to 70 of them are going to be like, oh yeah, Noble Crust brunch.
Yeah.
Like 70% of the people, 75% of the people will be like, oh yeah, Noble Crust brunch. Brunch on Sundays. Brunch on Saturdays. Yeah. Let's go get chicken and waffles, which is good, but...
I will say,
it's not that important to me.
Let me send it over to Remy. I mean, this matchup is finished in regards to the competitive nature of it, but I'll send it over to Remy to wrap it up.
He's got a dog in that fight.
Yeah, well, and that was just what I was going to say. Noble Crust, I love. I mean, obviously, I still work there. I know normally...
Watch your words.
Normally, we don't say that on the podcast, but in this situation. But I met both of you fucks there, and you guys are great friends of mine, and I've met a lot of really good friends there, and... got to give it up for Noble Crust for that reason, but I will pick Natural Spaces because...
Wow, that's a bit of a shock.
Well, restaurants come and go, man. Jobs come and go, I mean, things are going to... fucking dude, I know I'm kind of like a little bit of a punk and a little bit of a whatever at heart, and I don't want the fucking man to completely build over everything. Right. You know what I mean?
We need
Natural Spaces, dude. Like, I need a place to go out and clear my fucking head for a minute. I'll consider... I
never thought I'd hear you say that, but thank you.
I'll consider a natural space just going down to Vinoy Park and sitting on the side of the wall with your legs over space, and looking out at the water and just looking out the water.
That's natural spaces.
Absolutely. I mean, that's my shit. Where you can smoke a blunt, maybe, and smoke
whatever
a
you
cigarette.
Want to do. You take your own time, be alone. Do you know what I mean?
That's what's dying. Restaurants are going to come and go. They're never going to go away.
That's true. That's a good point.
But the stuff that's dying is the natural spaces, man.
And I think that's an interesting point with three of us, because I was going to say, with the three of us, we're similar in many aspects, but in different aspects, in other ways we're different as well. So I was wondering if natural spaces and the natural beauty of St. Pete would do very well in this bracket, but it's going to the next round. So
I mean, don't get me wrong. I spent a lot of time in my apartment, dude.
No, I get it. No, I get it. But that's, and as do I. We stay in the house a lot.
A lot of time in my apartment.
but that's the way that is you have to recover and be
stuff.
You have to recover as well, Yeah. But either way, let's go to the next round.
Homegrown stuff.
I'm going to lead off the next one. It's one that I think should be fairly well, I think it would depend. I think if this was going down to the general public, actually, I'm not sure. Either way, doesn't matter. It's going to be Mazzaro's Italian Market against Publix. I'm going to lead it off.
Please,
please
make a case for Mazzaro's.
Please.
Yo,
can I say something?
Can
I say something first? Can I say something first? Before you start talking,
go ahead.
It's up to the first individual to say what they think before they're influenced by another individual, right?
Correct.
That's against the rules of the round table.
I won't speak.
It's against the rules of the round table.
I won't speak.
I'm going to lead it off. Mazzaro's is fine. It's okay. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. We'll go there once a month, once every 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. I can go there and I can appreciate some of the things about Mazzaro's. Their sandwiches are solid. They sell, European wine for a decent price, which we'll sometimes get. They sell stuff like that. It's less for me than something that Publix can offer. Publix is massively... I wouldn't even say Publix is massively important to my life here, but it is a definite cornerstone of me living here.
I mean, have you ever shopped at Winn-Dixie?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, Mazzaro's...
You ever been to Cash and Carry?
Mazzaro's to me is a... I wouldn't even say a treat. It's just a one-off thing. I'll sometimes do. Megan and I might go every 6 weeks, grab a sandwich and, and just hang out and see what's going on. But when I'm in there, it's fucking exhausting. Yes. It's just a bunch of old fucking people bumping into each other, a bunch of old Italians shouting about fucking bullshit.
It's a game.
Getting in your way. It's exhausting. I do like the food that they do there. Their pre-prep food, their sandwiches is good. They are good. And it's a staple of St. Pete. So it's in this bracket. But what I will say about it is I don't necessarily enjoy the place. No. Like I go there and I can say that their food is decent, but I don't necessarily enjoy being there. And I can say the same thing about Publix, honestly, on a level. Like Publix is fucking exhausting to be in because there's so many people in there. But it's also a necessity.
But Mazzaro's is like a flea market swap meet on a Saturday.
But Publix is also a necessity of your existence.
Yes.
Here, right? Yes. It's got multiple things that it
offers.
Shopping it can do everything.
Is
right.
a pleasure. I'll keep throwing it in there. And that was my first job. That was my first job.
The thing, and when it comes down to places like Publix, the thing you need to compare it to is places like Walmart. You'd never understand how essential Publix is to your life until you go to Walmart. Because you go to Walmart and then you're just being bustled about and pushed, and there's carts everywhere and there's people shouting. And then after all of it, after you've been physically assaulted...
There's like 30 kids running around without parents.
After you've been physically assaulted,
they got no shoes on.
After you've been physically assaulted in Walmart, you go to the fucking line and then you have to wait for 55 minutes to fucking cash out for a $7 item.
The kids are running around with the leashes, but nobody's holding the leashes.
Exactly.
They're just running around with the leashes.
And at that point, it's like they have the fucking.
They've gotten away from their parents and they're just dragging the leashes around Walmart.
They have the fucking police car outside. They have the police car outside with no officer inside it. They've just left the police car there. There's no one there.
The officer's getting a Hummer by just some random chick.
But regardless, but let me just finish my case before I finish. They've got the police officer outside, and you get to the line, and it's a 45 to hour long wait, and you think, maybe I should just fucking steal this $9 item anyway, because it might be better to just sit in a cell for a couple hours than sit here for a couple hours
waiting on a cashier.
Honestly. Listen, it's Publix for me over Mazzaro's. I like Mazzaro's. I don't love Mazzaro's. I don't love being there. The food is okay. Publix is just astronomically better than other
I'll make it quick.
The award for the most roundabout way to come to the answer we all knew you were going to say goes to Edward.
Actually,
Remy, go ahead.
No, because he took so long, I actually was kind of wondering who was going to pick Mazzaro's.
I know. I was like, wait, are we going to be surprised by this, or you're just going on a long-winded way of saying Publix is better than Mazzaro's?
It's definitely Publix for me, dog. Like I said, first job. It's a fucking job, but whatever. But, they're everywhere, and I was so happy when they were in Tennessee, when I went to Tennessee. Mazzaro's is fun, but like I said, it's like a fucking swap
It's just
meet.
so fucking much.
It's like a flea market. It's just weird, and there's
so much shit going on all the time.
So many, like, the most worst Karens from Snell Isle and Shore Acres are all out there on Saturday. They're all just there. Dan?
Well, what I do just want to touch on real quick, just because Eddie brought it up. How terrible do you have to feel being a police officer when they're like, all right, they're reading out like the days.
We're signing stuff. We're on the signing stuff. You're on homicide.
They're reading out the jobs for the day. Today. Like, all right, so
Kevin, you're on Walmart.
You're on vice. You're on auto theft. Yeah. You're on drug dealing. And
Kevin, you'll be on Walmart today.
Kevin, you are gonna be. You're gonna be stood in the front of Walmart today. Thank you very much. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like the police officer that has to go to Walmart is clearly the least valuable.
He's the lowest.
He's the least valuable and lowest police officer on that totem pole.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, but this isn't even a question. I don't even want this to take as long as it took Eddie to get all the way around.
I do apologize, gentlemen.
Don't take longer.
Once again, Mazzaro's is great. Once every 2, 3, 4 months, you go there for like a nice little treat. Yeah, you still gotta bring a bat so you can beat off all the 70-year-old,
all the old Italians trying to get
Italian man.
Where's the mostardo? Where's the mostardo?
Let me get that capicola. Like it's on a ricotta prosciutto.
Fuck off, bro. All I want is a fucking po' boy.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking...
No.
You just reminded me of the po' boy. I'm going for it.
Yeah, it's decent. The po' boy is a hard eat.
Sorry.
Because it's just fucking falling out.
Publix is the one.
Yeah, Publix
is infinitely the one.
Remy, I'm going to hand this one over to you.
Well,
it could be... I don't know if it'll be... I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be Blue Goose, and that's going to be against the warm winters of St. Pete.
I like cold. I prefer cold over warm or hot. So yeah, Wayward Goose it is for me.
So and when I say warm winters, I'm talking about like.
I wish it was colder.
Okay, just wait. When I say warm winters, I mean snow. I mean snow is the opposition.
All I need to say,
snow is the opposition, boys. You both Florida boys.
Snowed for a little bit.
You both Florida boys.
Okay.
So
if it snowed for a month or two, I'd be fine with that.
Listen. I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay. Grew up in the snow till age 4 in Ohio. Went to Ohio plenty of times in winter time for no reason, just to see snow throughout my childhood. We would vacation there just to see snow and be miserable. I got snowed in when I went and visited there on my 13th birthday. My flight got delayed 2 days. The snowed in, it was halfway up the glass door to get out the house that I was in.
Right, so it's miserable, right?
I've done that. So and then miserable. Also, and as an adult... Not only 7 years ago, I was in Nashville, Tennessee, where they experienced their lowest winter they'd had in 28 years, and I happened to be there for it. So they were -8 degrees a couple times, and 8 degrees, which to me still sounds like -8
cold
degrees.
Cold as fuck. It's cold as fuck.
And I had to learn how to chip off my windshield, how to get all the snow and ice out from underneath my fucking door handle just to open my car.
And after all that, you take Blue Goose over warm winters.
And I'm a cigarette smoker too, so that was a hell of a year in Nashville during that winter. But yeah, I would still absolutely fuck the warm winters. I could give a shit.
Done?
Same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of snow.
Yeah,
I'd love it if it was.
So I don't think you boys.
I would love it if Florida snowed for like a month.
That's what I was just going to say.
No, but that's not
snowed from like late December to early February.
So listen. Those are not the parameters of this. Those are not the parameters of this. Argument. The argument is 5 months of snow with very little movement.
You never said that. You're just making these. You're making
no,
these.
No. But listen. Well, okay. So I'm talking about in comparison to the Northeast. Let's put it that way. So you're talking snow for 5 months.
Yeah, winters down here versus winters in the Northeast.
Yeah. Against the Blue Goose.
Against the Blue Goose. I'm going to take Blue Goose.
Wow.
Goose. I'll deal with it.
Goose.
I'll deal with it.
I'm sorry, you boys are wrong, but that's all right.
I would just be inside Goose for those 5 months.
Babe. You boys are wrong because you don't understand.
I was just staying.
It's okay.
That is our meeting ground.
We don't.
I understand this.
We don't understand because we're not used to that cold.
Yeah, of course. You don't understand about it.
You don't know how it is.
Yeah, you don't know how it is. Exactly.
I'm sure it's so bad.
It is bad. It's bad as fuck. You can't even go anywhere.
I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm just saying
you can't even go anywhere.
I'm just saying Goose is our
Listen, I'm happy
spot.
to put Blue Goose into the next round for you guys. I would have voted for.
You don't have a choice.
I know.
It's not up to you at this point. You don't. Well, you're not picking what's going through. This is a democracy, my friend.
Well, we're gonna see.
It's a 2 to 3 pick here. So
thank God I'm on the panel.
Do what you've been instructed to do, and you're gonna.
On that note, we're moving to the next round. On that note, we're moving to the next round.
Well. Now that we're moving to the next round, actually, it is a proper time for me to go have a cigarette.
All right.
At 1 hour.
We're going to take a little break, an hour.
On that note, just so you boys know, we're probably going to be doing the final round in the next episode.
Sweet. Let's do it.
We're not even halfway through the round of 16, so.
My lord.
Yeah.
But we're having a good time.
No,
we're talking about shit around St. Pete.
I told everybody.
And there's no fucking sports going on.
No, listen. I told my friends before we did this segment, I was talking to a couple people, I said, you got to go listen to this bracket.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 3-episode bracket.
It's the way to go, man.
We're definitely doing 3 episodes.
And then what else do we have to talk about? We're waiting on football.
What's that called, Remy? There's like a 2-peat, and then there's a, what is it? It's like, or is it a 2-peat? What's it called when there's 3 of them?
We'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Wait, so we were on YouTube? Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast. Thank you for rejoining us. Thank you for staying with us. We had an incredibly heated debate on the last couple segments based on our Best of the Burg. I guess we're just married to that. We're married to that title, Best of the Burg. I guess
it's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's what the episode was called last week.
Clearly, that's where we are.
Well, so this is a funny thing, if I made. Last week, so I'm like, I'm editing the episode. I'm getting ready to put it out, and I text both of you guys. And I'm like, all right, so are we doing Best of the Burg, or what's the title called? And I said Best of the Bay, Best of the Burg, and one of you said Best of the Burg, or whatever. And I was just like, okay. So boom, I put it out. And then one of you texted me like 6 hours later, is like, Best of the Bay or whichever one. And I'm like, dude, the fucking episode is posted already.
The 6 hours later one was probably me.
I'm like, it's already posted, man.
I would imagine that was probably me waking up late in a stupor. But
yeah, we got some hot shit.
We're gonna keep going with this. So we're deep into round 2. Or we're
in the round of 16. We're halfway through the round of 16.
Halfway through 16. Okay, well let's rapid fire this, baby.
Going.
Let's go.
Let's Dan, you're leading off this one.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
You've got your Cuban sandwich. Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
And that's going to be facing off against the dog bar.
Cuban sandwich.
Okay. Anything else?
Easily.
Good to
go. Cuban sandwiches is one of my favorite things of all time. One of the greatest inventions to ever come out of the greater Tampa Bay area.
True.
Which, you know what? It absolutely shocked me. I've lived in St. Pete my entire life. I'm a lifelong Florida resident. Lived in St. Pete my whole life. Bay Area. All about it. I did not know that Cuban sandwiches were not from Cuba till about like 4 or 5 years ago.
Same.
So they were
like, oh my God. I remember being like, oh, Cuban sandwiches.
They're Cuban.
Had to have been.
So they have a relevant. So they have a relevant part in this discussion.
They're made in Tampa. The Ybor City invented the Cuban sandwich.
True story.
And I didn't know that for the longest time.
Did you know that?
And then coming into my adulthood, I was like, oh, Cuban sandwich must have been made in Cuba. And they're like, no, that's a Tampa. But wait, Am I still going?
You gotta like mustard though. You gotta like mustard.
I love mustard. I don't like mayonnaise the way Eddie does.
I fucking love mayonnaise.
Well, he's British.
I fucking love
British.
Mayonnaise is the most important condiment on earth. What do you mean makes it worse? Makes it more normal. If you hand it over to me,
let's not get started on the condiment debate right now. But
I'm taking Cuban sandwich.
Cuban sandwich
over dog bar
easily.
Cuban sandwich for me, Remy. Anything?
Dog bar is lovely. Same thing. If I woke up tomorrow, dog bar wasn't there, I'd probably not be all right with it.
If I never had a Cuban again,
if I could never eat a Cuban sandwich again, I go anywhere and they have a Cuban sandwich. It doesn't matter how. If I go to the shittiest restaurant in the world,
gas stations, bro.
If I go to a gas station and they have a Cuban sandwich, I'm like, I probably should at least try it.
Yeah.
I should probably at least just like check it out.
No,
I will get the pressed Cuban from 7-Eleven and be excited about it.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
The burnt paper?
The burnt paper in the bread. Oh my god, dude.
The Wawa one is really
otherworldly.
The Wawa one is
not
really
only not only are Cubans amazing, and I'm going Cuban for this, but the one thing I'll say in this context is anytime my band played in Ybor, anytime we were forced to go down to fucking Ybor of all places to play a fucking punk show, I was so pissed. But you could go into one of those stupid little bodegas in downtown Ybor, and they would grill you up one of the best fucking Cubans you might ever.
The chickens are running across the ground. They're like the chickens are like.
No, they give precedent to the chickens around Ybor. Dan is doing a chicken move.
The chickens are running around the place.
Make sure you guys are out there. Make sure you guys are out there subscribing.
Watch
to Tiger
out for those chickens.
Yeah, subscribe to Tiger Cage Media on YouTube, and make sure you're watching this show live every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because Dan has literally just did a little chicken dance for you. So
you're in Ybor.
So I think Cubans win. Cubans win out on that one.
So Cuban on a landslide.
Yeah, Cubans on a landslide.
The final matchup of the round of 16, and we'll be into 8 teams left. We are doing the Burg Bar and Grill, home of many of our beloved workers and semi-decent food, against Wiki Watchy and the Greater Springs area. It's going to be...
That's going to be tough for both of you guys.
Dan, you're leading it off.
You're really putting this on me.
It's going to be tough for both of you guys.
Dan, you're leading it off.
Ooh. See, this is rough because I work there. I don't want to disparage any of my colleagues / employers.
But a job's kind of a job, too.
Job's a job. Springs are the Springs. I'm going Springs here.
Yeah.
I've got to say.
Love it.
Gotta say, love the Burg. Incredible place to work. Love working there. Deal with a bunch of dumb assholes, which any bar or restaurant.
Yeah, you're gonna get into
any service industry
in hospitality. You're gonna
any
get into
service
that,
industry job. You're working with douchebags, or not working with douchebags.
You're
dealing with douchebags. Yeah. You have to your
douchebags are paying your rent.
Your everyday work is talking to majority dumb douchebag asshole people, which isn't great. But overall, great place to work. Love it. I think the food is above par.
It's above par.
I think it's over average. It's lovely. I mean,
it's above par. Yeah,
for the price point, it's unbeatable.
It's absolutely, yeah.
For the amount of money you pay for the food, it's unbeatable. But for me, once again, it goes back. If tomorrow I woke up and I could never go to the Burg again, I would be absolutely shattered. I wouldn't like it at all. It'd be terrible. It'd be a terrible situation for me. But I've said it once and said it 1,000 times. The Springs is the best part about Florida.
Without a doubt.
Being able to go to the Springs and enjoy time in the river, go to those types of places, Jenny Springs, Wiki Watchy, Rainbow River, Crystal River, all that stuff like that. Like those are and this is even another one of those situations where I'm going to go against what I've previously stated, where it's like it's a more familiarity, where it's like you go somewhere because I don't go to the Springs every week. I don't go to I go to the Springs. We go to the Springs once every couple months, 2 or 3 months, 3 or 4 months,
3-4 times a year.
But those times that we do go, when you do make a Springs trip,
you remember it. That's everything.
It's
everything.
Amazing.
It's one of the best times of your year.
You look forward to those times. I go to the Burg. I work there. I'm there all the time. Love it. When I don't work, I go there sometimes, but. For me, if tomorrow I woke up and wasn't able to go to the Springs, I would just be absolutely beside myself. I'd be shattered.
I would say that Dan has analysed that almost perfectly, and even more so because of the fact that he has a more of a not just a reliance but an affinity to the Burg than I do. Yeah. I love the Burg. I love the people that work there.
More beholden to the Burg.
Of course, you're more exactly, and I love the people that work there. I love the food. It's really good food. Don't get me wrong. I love the energy there. It's one of my favourite places in St. Pete to be at, to go to. But the existence of the Springs and the times that we've had there as a group of friends in a solo, even on a solo with just myself, and
it's hard to beat.
It's one of the most important places in my life. I can say that. I'm 30 years old, and one of the most important places and one of the most wonderful memories I've had have been up in the natural springs of Florida. So I have to make it 2-0, and we'll hand it over to Remy.
Remy's not a big Springs guy.
I know.
Well, I've been to the Springs as a kid.
Well, I've lived here my whole life.
So I've never been with you guys in your escapades, but I've been plenty of times.
That's a personal choice.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a personal choice. You guys have invited me out plenty of times, and I do appreciate that. Generally, I'm usually working or whatever, what have you. And I'm also 36, so
doesn't matter, man.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. That's a poor excuse. But
you know what they say about the natural springs? They make people young.
Yeah. No. I mean, anytime
people come down to Florida for the
anytime
natural
I get with you boys and we do anything,
you feel young.
I feel young. Yeah. So
then the next day you feel like your age is doubled. Your age is doubled the next day.
75 years old.
Depending on what we're doing, yes.
Hanging on for dear life.
But I would say so. It was Springs versus
the Burg.
Burg.
Again, I've never been to the Burg.
Little dog in that fight, but
both picked Springs.
I picked the Burg over the beach because I hate the fucking beach, but I think I'm gonna pick the Springs just because I've had my own share of memories there.
Yeah.
I've gotten some wicked sunburns at the Springs. I've had some good times, and like I say again and again and again and again. An establishment is only an establishment for so long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got natural spaces, you got the springs, you got things like that. When those come up on the docket versus like entities, actual restaurants
that can be repeated.
Yeah, they can be repeated.
Yeah.
So I'll go Springs.
Also, just one thing I want to add: it's like when it comes to the Burg versus the Springs, like the Burg, going there and having a good time is an accumulation of like small good times. You go there, you're there for 30, 45 minutes, an hour. You get a burger, you get a beer, you have a good time. You go there a week later, like it's small. Like the Springs, you don't go there as often.
It's a commitment. It's a commitment.
It's a more full good time when you go. It's like
everything is good.
It's a memory. It's a whole thing.
You remember that weekend you went to the Springs for years later. You don't remember going to the Burg for an afternoon for a burger. It's like, yeah, it's great. It's good. I love going there. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But compared to a weekend at the Springs, when you go with your friends, you go with your people, your significant other, all that stuff, you go have a good weekend at the Springs. It's a fucking...
You're making memories.
It's an event, and you remember that for the rest of your life. The Springs is what makes your life a life.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I think that was a pretty badass second round.
Yeah.
Well, I've got something to tell you guys. There is actually two more matchups in this round. I just found another.
Well, let's get it going.
So let's keep going. I think it's me going first.
All right.
You've got Janice. Janice, obviously, music venue versus low taxes in Florida. It's going to be me going first. I feel like it's quite difficult, honestly. Like, this one's fairly difficult.
I hope you know where I'm going in this one.
I don't. I have no... Well, actually, I think I know where you're going.
Based on my last response, you better know where I'm going on this one.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, that actually threw me off a little bit. I'm not sure. I wish I could defer this to you two, so you guys could go first.
Yeah, you can defer to me because
I'm not going to defer to you.
I don't pay taxes once again.
I'm not going to defer to you, so don't be...
Whatever it is that's the opposite of paying taxes.
Again, it has nothing to do with paying taxes or not paying taxes.
We've had to tell you about not influencing other decisions.
Again, it has nothing to do with the fact that you pay or do not pay taxes. It has to do with the fact that you are lower taxed because you live here.
Okay.
Right.
Now,
and that's a good point.
Me being lower taxed has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the industry that I'm in. And 99% of my... income is non-taxed.
It's me now.
So it affects me zero.
And I'm going to go first. Right. this might be blasphemy to many people. I've only been to Janice twice, and it is really it's a great time when you're there, but it's no different to any other music venue, honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
I like the fact that it's in the middle of downtown. That's great. It can be the heart of downtown. I like that. The low taxes these are two entities that I'm really not committed to.
What benefits you the most?
And that is a we need to keep remembering that. I'm actually gonna go just for the default version of it, Janice. And you know why? And don't think I'm not deferring to any of you, and it's coming back to Dan's reason for it. I'm not sure the low tax of Florida, which are a very important element to living here for a lot of people, benefit me in the way that they do other people.
Yeah.
So
some people benefit.
You're absolutely right. If you're making millions of dollars a year,
I'm not doing that, and I'm not reaping the rewards of it.
It's wonderful for you.
So by default, I'm going Janice. I do really enjoy this. I do really enjoy Janice, but again, it's by default. Like I'm really with Janice, if it gets matched up with something more important to me in the next round, it's going to be easy.
Well, we'll have to see in the next round.
If you're making between $50,000 and $70,000 a year in the service industry, I'm sorry, the state income tax is not affecting you that much.
Exactly, and that's why. So I'm going Janice.
I mean, I don't give a shit.
So I'm going Janice because I like great times there. I like that it's still part of downtown. I like that it's still like a key element of the society here.
It really
Do you know
is.
What I mean?
It's a staple.
So I'm going for that. It's kind of by default, but I'm going to hand
like
it over to Remy.
It's like the pier. It's like the pier.
Like the pier, but it's actually something I enjoy. Like I would rather have. I would vote most things against the pier. I don't really give a fuck about the pier, but like Janice, I've had good times there.
It's a staple.
Let me take Janice and hand it over to Remy to continue.
Janice. Dan?
Okay, done.
Janice.
All right, that's it. Well, there you go. Janice is there.
Easy money.
Just a quick recap. Low taxes really don't affect low-income people or people like...
It's like $5 for my month.
Oh, who would have thought
it's
it?
Almost
who would have thought it that right wing? Who would have thought that right wing low taxes don't affect lower income people surviving on cash only? It's almost as if they've
set the system up.
It's a
be
funny
more
situation,
beneficially
right?
taxation wise for the higher income people.
It's funny. It's weird. It's funny.
It's
this
almost
isn't
as if they set it up like this.
It's not a political. It's not a political podcast, but here we are.
Oh my god! I need to go lay down.
Guys,
and get my head right before my family photo because my face is fucking beat red.
Red.
Guys,
do I have permission?
Final round of the
show.
No. Well, of the show.
Of tonight's episode. And
then we're going to the quarterfinals next time.
Yeah.
Final round of the show. Remy, you're leading it off.
All right.
It's going to be the Emerald bar, and it's going to be up against the Lightning being prevalent in Tampa Bay society. So let's see where you're at. Could we be looking at a...
Is it me or him?
It's Remy. He's taking off. Could we be looking at a shock
as fucking exit down with the Lightning as I am, and you guys know I am, and I fucking love the Lightning, and I love what they've done in the last 5. And Dan, thank you for bringing it up because really more like 8 to 10 off and on. But really the last 5. Okay, and that's my opinion. Last 5. God, the Lightning are going to come and go over the course of my life. If the Emerald got to take me out tomorrow, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't even want to watch sports anymore. I got no reason to live anymore. So I'm picking Emerald. God, I can't believe I just did that. But I'm picking Emerald over Lightning winning. And, just do what they do. But I'll watch it either way. I promise you. But I need my places to watch it. Of course.
So the Emerald. Done. Because I remember the last time there was a sports team from Tampa matched up, it was against Publix, and you were for Tampa, the Bucks being relevant, which is fair enough, and they lost to Publix in the last round, which is fine. I
don't go to Bucks games as often. I go to Publix.
Of course,
I see that.
But that's what. But you do love the Bucks, and Remy does love the Lightning, and I know both of you love both teams, so it's interesting that Remy took the Emerald. And I suppose it's up to you to
this is a very
not decide it. You know
one.
how this is going. You already know who's progressing, but
do you?
Oh, you know what I'm saying.
Are you based on what you're going to say? Based
of
on
course,
what
you already know the
Remy's
answer, but be honest already. Well, Remy's already said, be honest yourself.
Remy himself, #1 Lightning fan over here.
Yeah, I'd Emerald by a very slight margin.
Yep.
That's purely my alcoholism talking.
That's fair though. That's fair though.
Hey, that's your life. Though. That's your life, buddy.
Purely my affinity for alcohol and
that's your life.
Illicit narcotics.
Also,
that's
you can
life.
smoke in there, everybody. You can also
Absolutely
smoke. You can also smoke cigarettes in
the
there.
bar.
You're allowed to smoke inside.
It's just a good time.
It's a good time. It's a good fucking time.
It's just a great time, and it'll
it's a
always
dirty
be
fucking
there.
punk bar, and it's always going to be a dirty fucking punk bar.
And hopefully, we pray. Well,
I know, right? I don't think that's going anywhere.
It's going nowhere. And that's the best thing. It's not rented. It's not rented.
Who the hell owns
George?
it?
It's owned by
owns it. No, George owns it.
And I will say, yesterday I asked, what's going on with that brass bust up at the top of the bar? It's like above the bar. It's like a completely oversight of everything going on. It's some weird bust. And they're like, oh, that's just the owner. And I was like, oh, this place is going nowhere.
Yeah,
it's been here since the 50s,
60s, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, though, I do have to ask you guys, because you do know that, like, where the Emerald is, like, that block, right where a block over, they are building the largest, like, luxury,
and that's what I want to know. And that's, I love,
like, you know, right, like, where Emerald is in that.
They should all make sure they have a pamphlet when they check into their
There's
new
going to be
apartments.
some scum out
But
here.
I'm saying that because they're building that, and they're also
it's a very good point.
Like,
no, it's a very good point.
How long do you think it's going to take?
It's a very good point. No.
How long do you think it's going to take for them to say, hey,
when the Emerald goes,
we don't want this riff-raff around
exactly.
here. We don't want.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point.
We don't want.
It's a very good point.
How
long are the scum? How long will the scum be allowed to walk the earth?
That's what I'm saying.
How long will the scum be allowed to walk St. Pete?
You're only getting me
while
upset.
the bourgeoisie move in their $1 million condos.
The
How long will we be allowed
to?
How long will we be allowed the $2 pint? How long will that take place? Not for long.
Gentrification is happening.
Not for long. And when that happens, I'll be gone. All
right. Well. Fuck, now I'm upset.
But on that note,
it'll happen at some point.
Eddie tied in. I tied in for us.
I know.
What's our next one? We have to go.
What's our next one? We gotta go.
Oh, we're closing out the second round.
We have to go. Yeah, no.
We're closing out or we're continuing?
No, you're the last one on this one, aren't you?
Oh, Emerald, obviously. Emerald, of course.
All right, and that's the end of the second round.
That's it for the segment. Right? We're going into the final 8 when we come back.
Yeah, next episode.
We should be able to get through.
I think so.
8 down to 1.
Well, I mean, we did 32 in the past episode. We carried the 32 on to the second 16, episode, which is to be expected because 32 is a large number, and we've gotten through.
It's a larger number than 16, is it not?
We have gotten through the 16 now, and now we're going out on the final 8. So you guys definitely make sure your asses are out there listening to episode 22 coming next week, every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, make sure you're going to YouTube, guys. Can't stress this enough. These fuckers argue so much before we come on air. It's really entertaining. I mean, it drives me crazy, but you guys will probably find
He's
it
an
very
annoying fucking bastard.
No, it's fucking great. I love it.
You fucking love it, don't you?
He's an annoying
so make
bastard.
sure you guys are subscribing to Tiger Cage Media out there on YouTube.
And we might even mention about how it's terrible that the Emerald is getting possibly closed down due to the influx of high-rise communities in this city.
Don't get me started. Another great
Hopefully
round
it can be a toenail. Hopefully it can be a disgusting toenail in the fucking jewel that is St.
We'll rip
Pete.
it out. We'll rip it out like we did everything else. Yeah, guys, great show tonight.
Is that it?
Yeah, I mean,
is that all we got for tonight?
We kind of got to wrap it up. I mean,
well, hey, as much as we'd love to just go all night, just keep going, but
we can't wrap it up. We can. Fuck you. Fuck you. I could go all night if I wanted to, bitch.
We can go forever. Well, on that note, good night.
Have a lovely night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Love you all.
Good night.
Love you. Thanks, Rajit.